Worthy is the worthy is the Lamb. You are holy, holy. Are you Lord God Almighty? Worthy is the Lamb. Worthy is the Lamb. Yes, worthy is the Lamb.
Hey guys, it's Zach King here with another Final Cut Pro tutorial. This is the first tutorial I'm doing on green screening, chroma key as some people call it. I'm going to play the clip right now and show you what I did. Basically have a girl in a park. Looks like she's waiting for somebody. Maybe looking for somebody, okay. That's the clip. And now my favorite part, I'm going to show you the original. And there, it's just in front of a green screen. There you go. So that was the original, and this is the final. I think the final turned out pretty good. A couple things about this chroma keying. First of all, let me just say that it comes down to two things in production: lighting and making sure the lighting is actually well done. Here, let me go to here. Let me show you my setup a little bit. I think if I have it in the footage, a wide shot. Here we go. You see I have a green screen set up in the background. I have two lights on this side and two lights on the other side. The two on either side closest to the green screen are just lighting the screen, and the other two on both sides are lighting her. And I do have other lights. I just was a little lazy, but I should have done more. But it comes down to lighting on the set. Make sure the lighting is well done. If you want to do a tracking shot with green screen, with the camera moving, we can go over another tutorial that requires a couple other techniques. I think you can do it better in motion. It's a lot easier to keyframe background, but let's just go over the basics of keyframing right now. So let's start off with, I have my clips here, and if I just drug them into the timeline, it would look like this, these three shots. And if I go to my effects, I'm going to drag a chroma key copy, which isn't my favorites, but if you come down to video filters, key, chroma keyer, you can drag that on 3 times. If you don't want to drag it on 3 times, which I don't want to do, I could have highlighted them. Effects, video filters, key, chroma keyer. I could have selected that and it would have dropped on all of my selected clips. So do that. Let's see here. Drag these up, select them all, take them to the second video track, because the first track is going to have your photo underneath, or video. I just did a photo for this example, but yeah, you could do a video, you could do whatever. Just make sure for this shot, I didn't move the camera on her, so I shouldn't have the camera moving in the background. I'm going to come to my footage and grab my photo of Central Park. I'm going to drag that under. You don't have to drag this under now. I just like to a lot of times. I will show you also how to turn it off while you're keying as well, but I have our photo. You can't see it because it's behind her, but let's go ahead and key this out now. We've got our, I'm going to select the first clip. We've got our key, our chroma key here. And this is the basic setup, how it always is. The luma is unchecked, usually the saturation's there, and then the color bar. And you have these other tools, which we'll talk about. So this little eyedropper tool, which you can see right here, is the select color button, but it's the eyedropper. And that will select which color we want to key out. So you could have done a blue screen, you could have done another color. I think blue and green are the most common colors. The basic difference is if I was filming a blonde, I would want to do a blue just because it keys out better. The green often, as you can see over here in the color bar, the green is closest to the yellow. So her hair, if I was doing a blonde, would tend to key out quicker and it would kind of not work as well. And that's the basic reason. Green is usually for outdoors. And so let's select the eyedropper and select green, just a mid-color green right there. And you can see as I did that, most of the color keyed out. If you have a good lighting on your screen, it'll do that. And what you want to do again is also keep selecting this eyedropper tool, but also hold down Shift at the same time now. And click in another green spot. I'm going to keep clicking, click around. I see a little green here. I see a little green over here. There. That's as far as I want to go. You can still see I have green around her upper body, her shoulders, and her hair a little bit. But we're going to worry about that later. So you just want to get the general. You see also in her phone. We'll get that. That's not a big deal. You also notice the photo is not quite covering the whole screen. That's a last detail that I cover at the end. I don't worry about it now. Okay. Now this is when we use our saturation, our luma, and our color bar as well. You can if you're keying, sometimes when you use the eyedropper, it won't work every time because your color, for some reason, isn't lit well enough, or it's too dark, or sometimes it's too overlit. So you want to come to your color bar and you can open that out. Now you see when I did that. Here, let me show you again. I'll move it back. Here, you see a lot of green, and when I open it, it really does good and cuts in. But I don't want to go all the way because I'm going to come down to this softening tool later and soften it all out. And you can see that pixelation around her body goes away. Makes it a little smoother, blends in.
Déjà couvrir l'espace. Merci parce que chaque jour dans la vie nous va permettre de vivre dans l'autre dimension.
Now your love me. 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 Now your love me.
these are the days of Elijah, declaring the word of the Lord. And these are the days of your servant Moses, righteousness being restored. And though these are days of great trial, of famine and darkness and sorrow, still we are the voice in the desert, crying, prepare ye the way of the Lord. Behold, He comes, riding on the mountain, shining like the sun. And the trumpet calls, lift your voice. It's the year of Jubilee, and our Zion's hill salvation comes. Yeah, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, Lord. These are the days of Ezekiel. The dry bones becoming his flesh. And these are the days of your servant David, rebuilding a temple of prayer. And these are the days of the harvest, yes, Lord. The fields are as white in your word. Yes, and we are the laborers in your vineyard, declaring the word of the Lord. Behold, He comes, riding on the mountain. Here He comes. Hey, trumpet call, lift your year of Jubilee. Yes, it is. Our Zion's hill salvation. Here He comes. Hey, yes, shining like the sun. And the trumpet call, lift your year of Jubilee. And our Zion's hill salvation comes. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord. Come on, church, declare this tonight. There's no God like Jehovah. Come on. Say it. There's no God like Jehovah. 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 Nobody, 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 nobody. Here He comes. Yeah. Lift your voice. It's your year of Jubilee. Yes, it is. Our Zion's hill salvation. Here He comes. Come on, Jesus. Come on, Jesus. And the trumpet call, lift your voice. It's your year. Our Zion's hill salvation. Lift your voice. It's a year of Jubilee.
Stadia streams games directly from Google's data centers to your devices. The longer you're subscribed to Stadia Pro and the more free games you claim, the larger your collection will be.
Trey, ready for this?
This isn't going to end well. Know what else won't end well? Using baby wipes to relieve your butt itch. Treat your rear end well with Preparation H medicated wipes for a happy butt. Get comfortable with it.
To declare tonight, Jesus, there's no God like Jehovah. Nobody, not you, nor my hand, nor son of you. Nobody, never saw. There's no God like Jehovah. It's my hero, yes it is. Our Zion's King, salvation, sing Come on, Jesus! It's the year of Jubilee. Yes, it is. Our Zion's King, salvation, sing glory, lift your voice, my ear, it's your year, out of sight, salvation. Lift your voice, it's the year of Jubilee, out of sight, salvation. Wonderful, merciful Savior, precious Redeemer and friend. Who would have thought that a lamb could rescue the souls of men? Oh, you rescue the souls of men. Counselor, comforter, keeper, Spirit we long to embrace. You offer hope when our hearts hopelessly lost our way. Oh, we've hopelessly lost the way. You are the one that we praise. You are the one we adore. You give the healing and grace. Hearts always hunger for. Oh, our hearts always hunger for.
Father, faithfully loving your own. Here in our weakness you find us, coming before your throne. Oh, we're falling before your throne. You are the one that we praise. You are the one we adore. You give the healing and grace. Hearts always sing for. Oh, hearts always under for. You are the one that we praise. You are the one we adore. You give the healing and grace. Hearts always hunger for. Oh, hearts always hunger for. Above all powers, above all kings, above all nature and all created things, above all wisdom and all the ways of man, you were here before the world began. Above all kingdoms, above all thrones, above all wonders the world has ever known, above all wealth and treasures of the earth, there's no way to measure what you're worth. Crucified and laid behind the stone, you lived to die, rejected and alone, like a rose trampled on the ground. You took the fall and thought of me above all. Above all powers, above all kings, above all nature and all created things, above all wisdom and all the ways of man, you were here before the world began. Of all kingdoms, wonders the world has ever known, of all wealth and treasures of the earth. There's no way to measure what you're worth. Crucified, laid behind the stone, you live to die, rejected and alone, like a rose trampled on the ground. You took the fall and thought of me above all. Crucified and laid behind the stone, you live to die, rejected and alone, like a rose trampled on the ground. You took the fall, thought of me above all, like a rose trampled on the ground. You took the fall, thought of me above all. When I am down and oh my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burden be, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be.
You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. There is no life without its hunger. Each restless heart beats so imperfectly. But when you come, I am filled with wonder. Sometimes I think I glimpse eternity. You raise me up. I can stand on mountains. The stormy sea, and I am strong when I am on your shoulder. Oh, you raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up to more than I can be. You were the word at the beginning, one with God the Lord Most High. Your hidden glory in creation, now revealed in you are Christ. What a beautiful name it is. What a beautiful name it is. The name of Jesus Christ, my King. What a beautiful name it is. Nothing compares to this. What a beautiful name it is. The name of Jesus. You didn't want heaven without us, so Jesus, you brought heaven down. My sin was great, your love was greater. What could separate us now? What a wonderful name it is. What a wonderful name it is. The name of Jesus Christ, my King. What a wonderful name it is. Nothing compares to this. What a wonderful name it is. The name of Jesus. What a wonderful name it is. The name of Jesus. How sweet is your name, how good
Your love is patient. You fill my heart with so much peace and joy. You're amazing. You make my life feel brand new. You're amazing. You make my life feel brand new. Jesus, you love me too much, oh, too much, oh, too much, oh, excess love, oh. Jesus, you love me too much, oh, too much, oh, too much, oh, excess love, oh. Jesus, you love me too much, oh, too much, oh, too much, oh, excess love, oh. Jesus, you love me too much, oh, too much, oh, too much, oh, excess love, oh. Your love is kind. Your love is patient. You fill my heart with so much peace and joy. You're amazing. You make my life feel brand new. All your promises are yes and amen. You're not a man, you never lie. Jesus, you love me too much, oh, too much, oh, too much, oh, excess love, oh. Jesus, you love me too much, oh, too much, oh, too much, oh, excess love, oh. Jesus, you love me too much, oh, too much, oh, too much, oh, excess love, oh. Jesus, you love me too much, oh, too much, oh, too much, oh, excess love, oh. Too much, oh, too much, oh, too much, oh, excess love, oh. Your love for me too much, oh, too much, oh, too much, oh, excess love, oh. Too much, oh, Jesus, too much, love me, oh, too much, that you gave your life for me. What manner of love is this? What manner of love is this that you gave it all for me, Lord God? Jesus, you love me too much, oh. You love me too much, oh. You love me, love. Jesus, you love me too much, oh. Too much, oh. Too much, oh. Excess too much, oh. Who am I that you're mindful of you? Yeah. Too much, oh. Too much, oh. Excess love for me. Jesus, you love me too much, oh, too much, much excess love. Jesus, you love me too much. Oh, you love me too much. Oh, unconditional love you ever. And I am a servant. You say it all. Thank you for loving me too much. Unconditionally. Thank you for loving me too much. Thank you for loving me too much. Thank you for loving me too much. Love me too much.
Lion of Judah, my trust is in you. Ancient of days, my trust is in you. I am that I am, God. My trust is in you. Leader of the valley, my trust is in you. Hey, I put them on you. Oh yeah, my trust is in you. I put them all in you, Jesus. I put them all in you. Hey, my trust is in you. See my mega, I put them all in you. Hey, yeah. My trust is in you. I put them all. I put them all in you. My trust is in you. He can do. My trust is in you. Oh, yigi, baba, my trust is in you. Sariki dunia, my trust is in you. Hey, esibala baboti, Master of the universe, my trust is in you. My miracle walking God, my trust is in you. King of glory, my trust is in you. Abada, my Father, my trust is in you. Hey, I put them on you. My trust is in you. I put them all in you, Jesus. My trust is in you. Hey, I put them all in you. I put them all in you. My trust is in you. I put them all in you. Hey, my trust is in you. My trust is in you. Hey, I put them all in you. My trust is in you. Hey, I put them all in you. Hey, my trust is in you. I put them all in you. I put them all in you. My trust is in you. God, in you, mighty one. I put them all in you. Lion of the tribe of Judah. My trust is in you. When I am down and oh my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burdened be, then I am still and wait here in the silence till you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. Raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. Raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up to more than I can be.
In this video, I'm going to show you what I think is one of the cheapest and best ways to stream on Facebook Live or YouTube. Hello, I'm Stephen Ballast. Welcome to my channel where I explore worship technology solutions. Live streaming is a really popular topic right now. Everybody is looking at how to get their church's live stream up and running. So I'm going to show you one method for streaming to Facebook Live using an external camera or a switcher with OBS software on a PC. There are several reasons you'd want to use an external camera through a video interface, like this Blackmagic Intensity Shuttle. First, it allows you to use better cameras with better lenses, longer zoom capability, and more control over exposure, and use external audio inputs, all of which are important in a production environment. Also, this setup lays the groundwork for growing your video system. If you start with one camera, just add a switcher and another camera, and you've got a multi-camera setup, still using all the equipment that you invested in originally. Let's talk through the hardware I have here, and some gotchas to look out for with the Intensity Shuttle. On the input, I'm using one of our production cameras with an HDMI output, but you could also use a switcher with an HDMI output. The Intensity Shuttle takes that in through a full-size HDMI connector and then connects to your computer through a regular USB 3 connection. Some people struggle to get video working through the Intensity Shuttle, and I think the reason is an overlooked technical spec or limitation in its specification. If you look at the video standards that it supports, it doesn't support 1080p 60. Unfortunately, a lot of cameras output this format on their HDMI connector, especially a lot of cheap consumer cameras. For instance, I couldn't get the usual entry-level camera that I recommend, the Canon R800, to work directly connected to the shuttle because its HDMI output defaults to 1080p 60. Even if you set the camera to record at its lower bit rates, which are supposed to be 720 resolution, the HDMI output still stays at 1080p 60. If I ran it through a format converter that forced the output to 720p, which is supported, then it worked fine. So what this comes down to is if you're going to use the Intensity Shuttle, which for about $200 is a good video interface, just be aware of what the limitations are and pay really close attention to the video standards that your camera supports. And use one that lets you control what video standard the camera is set to. If you're using a switcher like an ATEM, just set your video standard to something other than 1080p 60. And if you're streaming on Facebook Live, there really isn't any reason to be doing anything over 720p. Okay, let's talk about how to configure the software on the computer. First, you'll need to download and install the Blackmagic desktop video drivers. I always go straight to their website and download the latest drivers, rather than use the drivers they send on the SD card, because they're usually really old. Then, download and install OBS from their website. I've got the links to all these downloads, as well as the hardware I'm using down in the description of this video. Once you've got all that installed, one quick check you can do to make sure your hardware is working correctly is to open up the Blackmagic software Media Express. This was installed as part of the desktop video drivers. In it, you can verify that you're getting a picture from your camera. It's a good troubleshooting tip that you can use to verify that everything on the Blackmagic capture device side is happy and working. Once you have your camera connected, open up OBS, and first you're going to add a source and select Blackmagic device, and then create new. Select Intensity Shuttle and click OK. Then we need to go to the Settings button and click on the Stream Settings. Select Facebook Live as your service, default server should work fine, and then enter your stream key that you got from your Facebook Connect page. That's all you need to do to configure OBS. The rest of the defaults for Facebook Live should work fine, but I'm going to show you a few other settings in case you need to configure them. Under the output settings is where you can adjust your bit rate. The default of 2500 is probably fine to start with, depending on your internet speed. Then also in video settings, it should default to an output of 1280 by 720, since this is the highest resolution you can send to Facebook. Click OK and you're ready to start streaming to your Facebook page. Just click the Start Streaming button and you should see your video show up in the preview window on Facebook. If you're having issues with reliability, your stream dropping out or getting glitchy, that's when you'd want to adjust your video size and bitrate settings. Try halving your resolution to 640 by 360 and also half your bitrate to 1000. Most issues with video streaming are going to be due to the reliability of your internet connection or the horsepower of your computer. So lowering your bitrate can help you with both of those. Your internet connection should always have at least double the upload bandwidth as the bitrate you stream at. And that's it. You should be up and streaming on Facebook. Hey, if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and be sure and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, bye.
Light of the world, you step down into darkness. Open my eyes, let me see beauty that made me time. Adore you, hope of a life spent with you. Here I am to worship, here I am to bow down, here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me. King of all days, also highly exalted, glorious in heaven, humbly you came to the earth you created, all for our sake became. Here I am to worship, here I am to bow down, here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me. I'll never know how much it costs to see my sin upon that cross. I'll never know how much it costs to see